Is it PowerPoint? So, the PowerPoint, I think, to me, like the demo scene, as I discovered it probably like a couple of months ago, is really about like trying to push things to do what they're not usually made for and do what they're not usually meant to do. So I heard PowerPoint does count as a demo scene. So a couple of notes about this. I put some arbitrary limitations, but just I really want to see what PowerPoint is capable of. This is run on Office 365, paid for by my work. It's actually running off the laptop at the moment, so don't have any frame-by-frame animation. There's no VBA code, and no use of any externally created vectors. So I want to make sure I'm using what PowerPoint gives me, and also have no idea what I'm doing. So this is made in a couple of weeks. Not even, because this is the spare time I had in this last couple of weeks. And this is actually a song made by one of my friends. It's set to, unfortunately, haven't been able to set PowerPoint up as a tracker yet. So, sync to music, hopefully it plays at the right time, because if it doesn't, then it needs to be restarted, because if PowerPoint lags, it will just keep playing. One of the big things in PowerPoint is they introduced a morph effect, which is really useful because you can get it to do morph from one shape to another. The only problem is that it's totally, you don't have any control over what it actually does. So you just sort of need to name things and try and put things into lots of different layers. So if we go to like the animation pane, this one doesn't look too bad. But the main things are in the animation pane, and then in the editing select and selection pane. So got a bunch of different lines here for each different shape. So manually edited the vectors so they would go across to the side, because if you just move it across, it will try and rotate and go in weird directions. Some of the more complex slides have a whole lot of animation. So this is the animation for one of the slides, getting each of the text boxes, syncing up the music, very luckily at 120 BPM, so the fact that I need to use it in seconds and put second delays on it is made it a lot easier. And yeah, just like, in here I've actually got a really tiny circle behind there. So when it shifts to this one, it then morphs into the big circle. So you've got some things like that. One of the other things that was challenging was in here. So this slide has a whole bunch of different variations, and you can't actually get a object to appear out and like have a control the transition outwards. So what I do is I actually use a animation effect of growing and shrinking, and I shrink to 0%, but I have it transparent while it's shrinking to 0%, and then I set it to be visible when it. I then have it reverse the animation, so it will actually then extend to, and then will appear on screen and be able to extend outwards, appear from nothing. So yeah, just different things like that. Like this one, you can actually, this is a example of the morph effect when you, at the start, that bit there. But you can see that there's artifacts sometimes in the morph effect, so it's also like figuring out, sort of going around and how can you, see if I was doing that without it and I wanted no artifacts, I'd probably use like the grow shrink, but then I needed a bit of time to actually play the animation before it was up to that point, because you can't actually, otherwise if you try and grow out from a shape and it's not reversed, it will actually also have artifacts. So, yeah.
Thank you. That is very much in the spirit of the long convo. Thank you.